crazy, man. Go to the other side where we
¿Y lo popular no? Sí, ya.
¿Cómo se llama eso? Usando la calle.
Como una medida de niño bien. Yo conseguí un chiste. Yo tengo como 50 años ya.
Just gotta watch your steps around here because bro, there's potholes everywhere.
Oh, yeah?
Careful when you walk. See a lot of people just are they just
You see them?
Como cuadrado. Niño, como cuadrado.
look at that. God, huh? Putería.
The main avenue is supposed to be down there.
Mira lo que te mandé por WhatsApp. Va a cambiar el coño.
Huh? Yeah.
The other flip side of the coin.
Yeah.
Wow, we came right here together.
Eso es, al momento aquí está todo.
Sometimes, I mean, sometimes, somehow they make it work. Bro.
They make it work?
How do they have the courage
Look at that.
to sit on those balconies, brother.
Yeah.
How? How? Unbelievable, man. I guess they were built
Unbelievable. That's a capital. Yeah.
the Yankee. That's funny.
So he called you?
Yeah, I never heard that expression. I guess here. What do you think? This way? I think
I know this area already.
all roads lead to Rome, right? I mean, that's
Yeah, I know this area already.
yeah, you do. You've been here before.
I've been here before. Last time, yeah, I walked through here. Hotel Inglaterra is a super popular corner. And then down there is a boulevard.
Bro, we gotta come back here again.
¿De qué país?
Venezuela. Buenas. ¿Puedes tomar ahí un trago?
Gracias. Gracias.
Look. Yeah, this.
Let me know whatever looks good for you. Stop and eat, because I know you're hungry.
Likewise, I'm filming. So if you see something,
Yes, sir.
let me know.
No, you I'll eat whatever, brother. All I need is steak or...
Oh, right here, tablao, sentado.
Oh, that's a little bit. I think that's only drinks, right? Oh my God, look how they keep the flies away. It's ingenious.
Wow. Eso es para mantener las moscas afuera. ¿Sí?
so much. Did you go on a break?
Yeah, I wanted to go to Abaco.
So much relief.
The good thing is that when they ask you where you're from, Venezuela, straight, you know. Oh yeah.
Gracias.
Ella la hacía.
Gotta make movies. Movies out of Cuba. So I come here and start filming away, filming on film.
Laundry. It's hard. No work.
This is like a movie, right?
It is.
Everything.
It is a movie, and everybody's in it. Everyone's a character. Look at this freaking photo right there.
La colección, amigo. Delicioso, very good.
Gracias, hermano.
Pruébalo, ¿ves?
No, mi amor, estoy bien. Pero me encanta. La presentación está espectacular. Me gusta.
Lamparita recargable. Será G. Ventilador recargable. Mi amigo, ven a ver, lamparita.
¿Qué es eso?
Lamparita recargable para cuando se vaya la corriente. Ven.
Eso es lo que se está vendiendo
Échate.
ahora, ¿cierto?
Échate para aquí, papi, mira, para que te alumbre todo. Cuando se vaya la corriente no hay excusa para hacer el amor. Ventiladorcito, escúchame. ¿No quieres comprarme nada? Cómprame algo.
Todo esto es de cosa solar.
Sí, no.
Esto, por ejemplo, es solar.
Recargable.
Recargable.
Tú lo cargas y le dura la carga. Cuéntame.
A ver. No, tú vas a ser una actriz famosa en YouTube.
Dime, papi, ¿no quieres nadita?
Está bueno. Todo esto está espectacular, pero no estoy comprando nada.
Sí, cómprame así una
Pero
lamparita,
se ve
vale 3.000,
espectacular.
mamá.
¿Esto cómo es? ¿Cómo funciona? Cuéntame.
Mira, ven, que te explico, mira.
¿Qué es lo que hace?
Prende los cigarros.
Ajá. Cuéntame. Cuéntame.
¡No! ¡Ay, viene yo grabando! ¿Qué te pasa?
Cuéntame.
Sí.
Yo estoy documentando Cuba. Tengo que grabar toda mi vida en Cuba y la experiencia que voy a tener aquí. Así.
Para enganchar, para cuando se vaya la corriente, todas las condiciones para que te aplate la barbita.
Pero ¿qué es lo que hace esto? Iluminar
El luminar
cuando se va la luz.
cuando se va la corriente.
¿Y cómo lo recargas?
Con el cable que está allá adentro y un cargador de teléfono.
Interesante. Gracias, mamá.
¿Y tú grabas
¿Eh?
una cerita para la muchacha?
¿Qué hace con la sed?
1500.
Estamos.
Es para el pelito.
Mira cómo tengo el pelo terizado.
¿Viste? Y está haciendo un...
Vamos. She wants her to buy one of these things
Papi,
for her hair.
cómpramela. Regálame algo.
That stuff.
No me grabes.
Vamos. Ups, disculpa.
Procura que yo no me vea por ahí.
What? I don't even have hair.
Es verdad. Te pago. Te vengo y te busco y te pago.
Ayúdame, amigo, ayuda a los cubanos. Ayuda a los cubanos, amigo, ayuda.
No lo voy a poner
Ayuda a los
entonces.
cubanos, ayuda para que coman, no sean malos, amigo, ayuda.
This is wild. This is a movie. Look at this.
What is this?
Look at the line. This is a line for. No, disculpa, ¿esta fila para qué es?
Para comprar perfumería, perfume, crema.
Perfume y crema. ¿Tienes que hacer esta fila?
Sí.
¿Por qué? ¿No puede entrar todo el
A lo
mundo?
mejor te lo dejan pasar, pregunta.
Porque esta es la cantidad de personas que hay para comprar y hay que hacer una fila.
Perfume.
Bueno, nosotras vamos a comprar eso. Yo no sé. ¿Qué usted quiere?
No, yo solo pregunto por qué hay una fila para entrar a una tienda, no entiendo.
Porque así, demasiadas personas no pueden entrar.
No, deberían dejar entrar a todo el mundo directo y que entren y ya.
Ojalá.
Ojalá
Claro.
que fuera así.
En todas partes del mundo,
Sí, ¿sabes?
la tienda abre la puerta y todo el mundo entra.
Entra y sale, entra y sale, entra y sale.
Claro. Vale, gracias.
Ya,
Suerte.
gracias.
And there are Cubans and
But you can't eat perfume.
exactly. That's yeah.
It's not a
That's
necessity.
crazy. I know. This is a wild avenue.
Yeah, no, this
And at night,
is crazy. At night, at Fetchman,
at night, then that's wild.
what do you mean?
Yeah.
Because I already see them now. I already see them now. In Colombia, it's so obvious, and here it's very obvious.
Yeah.
Ay, la mano.
Oh, hola, ¿qué pasó? ¿Todo
Quiere
bien?
galletita.
¿Quiere galletica?
Aquí se lo compro, cómpraselo aquí.
No tengo, mi amor.
No, que ya cuando pase un negocio. No, cómpraselo.
No tengo, mi amor, no tengo, disculpe. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
But honestly, I mean, this is a lesson in life. I wish I could take, I wish I could take my American friend to bitch and moan about moan about our country, which isn't perfect. Bitch and moan, and dude, you don't know what you guys got, man. Where do you want to go?
I don't know.
Your call. Just keep going this way.
To the boulevard, see if we find
This
a
has to be the
spot to eat.
its heyday. What is it?
Yeah. Back days.
This is like New Orleans.
Yeah, exactly.
The balconies, right?
Totally. Café Boulevard, San Rafael. Digo, ¿dónde queda el Floridita?
Floridita,
Sí.
sigue recto. Cuando pases el parque grande que hay ahí, al otro lado.
Pero allá en el Prado, no.
El Prado está para acá.
El
Tú
Boulevard
sigues
del
por
Prado
aquí.
está allá.
Cuando se termine esto, pasas un parque grande que hay ahí y después para allá.
Well, you missed it. You missed it.
I got it on the camera.
Oh my God. Her? Him? What?
Yeah, I got it on camera, yeah. Those are the things I want
Even
to...
here, brother.
I know,
LGBTQ plus plus plus.
I know.
You can't escape.
Wow. Like a war zone, man.
Brother, this is
Like
as
a
good.
bombardment.
This is as good as it gets.
Yeah.
As far as local. Even that guy's up there. So you see him?
Ah,
But
this is amazing. Unbelievable, man. Which way?
I don't know if you want to go back that way. I know you do. I see your Instagram.
Well, over there, I mean, look at the street, it's
This is
closed.
nuts here. Yeah.
No. Oh yeah? Strange.
She's in a strange place, strange time. Maybe we should go this way and then this way. We came up this way.
Yeah, we can this way.
Oh, you know what it is? I think that's a gimmick walking with a kid.
Wow, look at the... Eso es puerco.
Sí, me hacen eso.
It almost looks good, but my stomach said no.
No.
My stomach says don't do that shit because you're gonna be freaking. Look at the left. I'll tell you what though. That really is good. That looks good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, mi hermano, gracias. Gracias.
Everything, bro. It's got this.
Look at this.
This is as authentic as it gets.
This is a travel 1950s, 1960s.
You're going way more than in 1980s. You're right.
Compren algo. Compren algo.
Buy something. Anything.
Yeah.
And by the time the sun sets,
Oh yeah.
you won't get a venereal disease just by looking. Just by walking alone, you need it.
wonder where are we? My leg just lost walking.
But you know what? I'm telling you. Any of them, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. You know? Seriously. I thank God as much as I could every day for what we have and what my parents sacrificed this for. Because this is where my country was too.
Yeah.
Just a little better. Dude, you have no idea. It was fun, but it's a fucking lesson in life.
Oh yeah, this is the entrance to like a Chinatown. True. Never been, man.
Wow.
Should we go explore?
I guess. Talk about street food that's coming up. I know you're starving, man.
We gotta eat, man.
You gotta eat at something decent. You gotta find. Yeah. Look at this thing on the right.
Yeah. Can you imagine what a place could be?
It's all boarded up and everything. It's been like this probably for years. Wow. You know that place in New York called the Iron?
The Iron Building.
Yes.
I was just gonna tell you exactly what it is. It's like the Iron Building of Cuba.
Crazy, right? Where do you want to
No
go?
idea, man.
This way, I think, right?
Wait a minute. Everywhere is moving.
I know. It's too much, brother.
It is.
Look at this, bro. Oh my god. Dude, this is local.
Yeah, this is not. Yeah, no.
Local.
You and I are here,
Like pioneers in a fucking
pioneer back in the 1960s with the Cubans. Look at the line over there too.
or what?
Disculpa, ¿hay algún restaurante por aquí para comer?
Ah, cerrado.
Tienes que ir cuando cruces la calle. 1, 2, 3, 4 cuadras.
4 cuadras.
Para allá hay uno ahí,
A la izquierda.
a la izquierda. Se llama Gali Café.
Gali Café.
Café.
Dali.
Está frente por frente al banco.
Okay. You wanna go to a restaurant?
Pregunta a cualquiera dónde queda el Gali Café.
Gali o Dali?
Gali.
Gali. Ok. 3
Gali
cuadras, 3 cuadras y a la
3
izquierda.
cuadras izquierda.
Ok.
Then the richest man, right? That's a good shot.
Unbelievable.
This is my building.
Yeah.
Don't keep your eye on it too long. It's mine.
This is the flat iron.
Flat iron.
Alex, right there.
Exactly, that's it. Flat iron. Amazing. Free.
Yeah. Ahí quedamos.
We still missed La Florida.
La Floridita. Oh, we gotta go.
That's Hemingway's spot, right?
Yeah. Should take one of these.
Toy park. I'm glad I'm getting my steps in today.
Yeah, me too.
And bro, I'm really getting a taste of that right now.
You feel the vibe, huh?
Where we live is nowhere near this. Just like Romania, probably bread is very cheap, so everybody can afford to eat bread. Or else there'll be a revolution in Korea about it. There has to be some sort of balance. So crumbs to the population. Live off that. Unrefrigerated hot dogs and packaged. Look at this balcony. What's holding this thing up? Brother,
Tell me, brother.
it's great.
Wild, bro.
Wild West, bro.
Wild.
Seriously.
Where could it be?
What did she tell you?
Cadi Cafe.
Yeah, but this way and left, I don't know. I'll follow you.
Amigo, el café Cadi. Cadi Café.
¿Será? ¿A dónde es? Aquí.
¿Es aquí?
Ahí es donde está eso amarillo.
Allí. Ok.
Allí. Ese es Gali, Café.
Gali, gracias.
Donde está ahí es visitar.
Bank I see. There's no banks here. It's my first bank.
Yeah,
And there's a fucking line.
yeah.
Look at this line.
Of course.
Okay. They said this way and right.
Cadi Café.
Pregunta, Cali Café, ¿dónde está?
El Gali Café está aquí, mira aquí. Pero ahí, mira, está el neto azul ahí.
Ah, mira.
El Gali Café ahí, un restaurante.
Ya lo vi, ya lo vi.
Hope it's the right one.
Well, ahí dice Cadi Café.
It's very obvious, but we didn't see the stupid sign. Oh, did you want to eat there?
Let's go check it out.
Restaurante, amigo.
The fact that they didn't have steak, bro.
Doesn't
Right
make
or wrong?
sense. Yeah.
Was I wrong to walk away?
De Inglaterra.
Gracias. Quedando bien atrás.
You want to walk along the more touristy place?
Well, let's find a place to eat.
Yeah. Listen,
I really don't care where, but
on
some
the
place.
main drag, I think it's better than here, bro. I'll let you decide. Maybe we should look at the menu before we sit down. Like they're doing Coral Gables in Miami Beach.
Casa cooperativa.
Where's the main street? Up ahead, right?
Good question.
I think it is.
Should be. I'm lost.
¿Quieres dar aquí? Aquí mismo.
Yeah, probably. Looks like a main street over there. Vamos, which would, but I don't know if it is that way.
Yeah, I think it's that way. I think you're right, man. We came from that way, right?
I think so. Whoa.
So it's amazing. This thing is kept impeccable.
Yeah.
Look across the street.
Yeah.
Is that nuts? Look across the street for a second. You would think everything around here would be kept up, right? Both sides of the street.
Buenas. El Hotel Inglaterra. Alex, the Hotel Inglaterra is that way. ¿Y allá hay restaurantes o no? También. There are restaurants down there,
Oh,
but the
everything's
Hotel Inglaterra is that way.
Ah, ok, gracias mucho.
Ah, no, mi vida, gracias.
La fábrica.
La cooperativa,
Sí, acá.
¿dónde?
¿Habla español?
Sí, claro.
Yo trabajo en la fábrica, pero está cerrada por reparación y trabajo en la cooperativa, es aquí a la vuelta. Es lo que está abierto para comprar, que es a donde los turistas van. Se puede comprar a mitad de precio. Hay
Pero-
cajas de 10 habanos y cajas de 25.
Pero es la cooperativa auténtica, es una casa particular.
Es la casa de los trabajadores. Nos dan el permiso de vender para sacar el salario de los trabajadores porque la fábrica está cerrada por reparación. Otra parte del dinero hacemos donación a las escuelas de los niños. Tienen las cajas, todas las cajas tienen el cuño de la fábrica más los sellos para la aduana, que no tiene problema. Están abiertas para que usted vea. Cuando usted compra, se le pone el sello y pueden sacar por persona 50 habanos.
Oh, wow.
Tenemos Coiba, Montecristo, Pantaga, Romeo y Julieta.
Ok, gracias.
¿Quiere echarle un vistazo?
Ahora me muero de hambre, no he almorzado todavía.
Pues aquí a la vuelta
Déjame-
porque ya ahorita cerramos. Abrimos una sola vez
déjame comer algo y a ver si paso por aquí y te veo. Gracias.
I can fault them, but I can't fault them. It's like they're trying whatever.
They're
it
trying to
takes.
survive.
Yeah. And you know who's at fault? You for falling for this shit. How naive can you be?
I agree. Well, somebody. Yeah.
That's about the only thing that works. You're right, man. You see him?
Digo, el Hotel Internacional, ¿dónde queda? Sí, Inglaterra. Aquí.
Ahí abajo, mami, en la... Right?
Yeah.
This looks like a busy street, like we came up.
Yeah.
¿No quiero una chica, mi amor?
This must be very interesting.
Era como acá.
Niño.
89.54.
Their money changes by day. And working women at night. They're entrepreneurs for sure. Right, littering. No such thing as garbage cans. You saw that?
Yeah.
Shucks.
Yeah.
Where we were at.
Yeah.
We were here.
Yeah.
Where's the next place? That way or that way?
The next place. Yeah, I wish we would have made it to the Floridita, but I don't know how far it is. We gotta eat, man.
Yeah.
Ah, true.
So we could eat there, right? It's a restaurant. I mean, that's as touristy as you get. It can't be
Dude,
bad.
it's Hemingway drink bar, but I don't know if it is.
It doesn't have. It's not a restaurant.
Huh?
It's not a restaurant. It's a bar.
I don't know if it is. I know it's Hemingway's bar to go.
brother. If
Yeah.
it's not Floridita, it'll be something else around here.
Let's see. Hopefully they have food.
Everything around here.
Otherwise we'll just get drunk with like it is. Whatever.
Yo, man, we gotta eat. I'm fucking delirious.
Me too.
I'm delirious.
Hemingway say Floridita, my daiquiri, la bodeguita, my mojito.
Yeah, for sure. Tugging at your heartstrings now. They're sending the kids forward. This is bad.
Oliver, welcome. Where are you from? Canada.
No, please.
Qué baja.
Not anything but Canada. I guess I look that white, bro. Oh my god. And everybody in Miami thinks I'm Cuban, by the way. And
That's
everybody
funny.
in Cuba thinks I'm from Canada.
That's funny.
That is the irony.
Hilarious.
Of irony.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I gotta tell that one back home. Everybody, I'm like, oh fuck, I thought you were Cuban. I thought that you speak the way you look.
That's unbelievable. Hilarious. Look at these cars.
Hola, Nico.
There you go, yeah.
Please, let's go. I gotta be here. I gotta.
Yeah, it's cool inside.
Yeah.
I like it.
You got his number?
Yeah, I do. What a shot, look at this.
Can I use the bathroom real quick? Huh? Can I use the bathroom real quick?
Finish.
Taxi.
Gracias, hermano. Toma aquí.